Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about one of my favorite topics, well, one of my most hated topics, bloating. Bloating is a bitch. It's like no matter how much weight a girl loses, the boobs go, does the bloat go? Hell no, the bloat is always here to stay. People are like, girl, are you pregnant? And I'm like, no girl, I just ate a big meal. No one wants to feel fat when they're not fat, and that's basically what bloating does. I feel like I'm carrying around a huge gut, like 20 pounds right here, and I'm like, hello, nice to meet you. So I wanted to give you guys out there 10 tips and 10 reasons you may be bloated and what you can do to combat that. This is not a sponsored video. There will be no teas. This is just good old-fashioned natural stuff that all of you guys can do out there that I have found over the years has really helped reduce my bloating. Number one is something so simple, and it is portion control. So basically bloating is gas. How the hell do we get this gas? This gas is produced by bacteria in our intestines as it is helping us digest food. So of course if you're overeating, your intestines are going to be producing that much more bacteria and more gas in order to help break down that food. I'm not saying for the rest of your life you have to go nuts and weigh everything and measure everything, but for about a good week or 2 weeks, I would get out your measuring cups, get out your food scale, and weigh everything that goes onto your plate and measure it out. And then in about 2 weeks, once you've got the hang of it, you can eyeball everything because you know what a good portion will look like. Tip number 2, chew your damn food. That is another reason you may be bloated. I am someone that usually by the time I get to mealtime, I am hungry as hell and I'm gonna like scarf down and like wolf down my plate. Cut that out, because all you are doing when you don't chew your food properly is gulping down huge chunks of air and swallowing air into your stomach, which is creating gas and created that bloating, pregnant look. If you guys want me to get a little bit technical on you, your digestion actually starts in your mouth, the process of digestion, with our saliva. Our saliva is what breaks down the food, and if you were chewing, well, not really chewing, let's put it that way, if we're gulping down our food, not chewing it properly, our saliva is not having the chance, that enzyme in our saliva, to break down the food. So you're gonna have the swallowed air plus chunks of food in your stomach that your body is going to have to work overtime to digest, producing more of that bacteria that causes gas and bloating. Tip number 3, reason you may be bloated, and this one sucks. If you are super lucky, this is not for you, but for many people, including myself, if you have a food sensitivity, that may be causing bloating. Now you might be like, girl, I don't have a food sensitivity, but let's think about it. If there is a food that you eat that you know is a trigger food that bloats you, that's kind of a sensitivity. I'm not saying you have to have IBS and to be vomiting and to have really bad cramps every time you eat a certain food. But for me, for instance, I know that my body bloats the most and reacts the worst when I eat a lot of bread, pasta, rice. My body, forget about it. If I want to go somewhere and look cute and wear a bodycon dress, there is no bread, like I just can't. It's a no-brainer. I will look ready to give birth. It's a nightmare. But from trial and error, you will find out what your body reacts well and what it doesn't react well to. Reason number 4, drinking carbonated drinks. I'm not even just talking about pop and soda. Even carbonated water is something I really avoid, or even like Zevia or those healthy, like low-calorie carbonated drinks. Anything with carbonation in it, I am just drinking those bubbles down, which is basically gas, and putting gas directly in my stomach. If you're already prone to bloating, does your body need you to consume extra gas? Hell no. So the next tip for you guys, and the reason that you may be bloated, is actually water retention, because our body likes to hold on to water weight, and a reason for this can be dehydration. Again, I've touched on this in almost every video, but this is my biggest tip for you guys. Drinking water, enough water, not too much water, because there is such a thing as too much water, but at least 6 to 8 glasses a day is going to be key, because that basically is regulating your body. Water is going to flush out sodium. It's also going to flush out any bad toxins, and it's going to help push the food that you have eaten through your body so that it's able to digest better. The next reason you may be bloating like a bitch is something that probably I would say almost everyone does and doesn't think about, including me right here. That is drinking through straws and chewing gum. Girl, when I go to a restaurant, I used to be the first person to be like, oh, get me a straw. To be honest, if the glass looks a little bit dirty at the restaurant, I'm still going to use a straw. I really don't care. But basically, when you are sucking up your drink through a straw 24/7, again, you're not only getting that liquid, but you are also sucking in extra air that is going straight down into your stomach because you are swallowing it. If you just drink your drink normally like a regular person, and you're not like, you know, you're not really going to be gulping down that air into your stomach. Same with chewing gum. Chewing gum is something that a lot of people on weight loss do, because you can get sugar-free gum, so you can get a sugar fix. And so again, I used to be like, yes, gum. No, again, you are chewing and swallowing down more air than you would normally, so I try to avoid those two things. And the next reason, this one is for my ladies, that you may be bloated is your period. Yes, good old Aunt Flo, surfing the crimson wave, whatever you guys want to call it, the dot, your period really gets your hormones out of whack because it's all a hormonal thing, and those hormones can create that gassy feeling in your stomach. I can eat as much bread as I want, I can eat as much of this as I want. There is nothing that compares to the feeling of bloat in the first few days and like week leading up to my period. But just know that if you're someone on your period that your stomach automatically blows up, do not worry. Give it a few days, continue using all of these tips, and I'm telling you guys, the bloat will go. Don't panic. The next reason you may be bloated is if you are someone who neglects your fiber and tends to get constipated and not go to number 2 enough. Now, I know most fitness people are definitely focusing on their carb goals, their protein goals, and their fat goals, but sometimes fiber, not too many people take that into account in their macros, and it gets kind of like the forgotten macro. You don't want to eat too much fiber, but eating a good amount of fiber in your diet is going to help regulate you on the toilet, and basically when you're going to the bathroom, you're losing all those toxins, you're getting rid of any waste that's in your body, and it's just really helping your system flush itself, which again is getting rid of that gas that will bloat you. So some of my favorite fibrous foods, you have bananas, you have nuts, you have popcorn, love popcorn, beans and pulses, raspberries, blueberries, any kind of berries really, avocados, you've got carrots, you've got chickpeas, you've got dark green leafy vegetables, so your spinach, your broccoli, your Brussels sprouts. Oh my god, there are so many things, I can't even think of them off the top of my head. But my biggest tip is, if you're going to increase your fiber, you also need to make sure that you are doing this in conjunction with your water intake. Because if you don't do those two things together, it can be counterproductive and you can bloat even further and get constipated. You need that water to be able to push these foods through your body in order to digest them. They're a combo deal, it's a package deal, you do them together or you don't do them at all. Okay, it's a little dramatic, but you guys get the point. And the last reason you may be bloated, and the last tip, is that you are not getting enough healthy bacteria into your gut. I said gas and bloating is produced by bacteria in your intestines, but there is also good bacteria that you can get in your intestines. And one easy way to do this is to chow down on Greek yogurt. It's a great source of protein, but it's also chock full of probiotics. And probiotics are so important because they aid in the digestion, you guys get what I'm saying. They aid in the digestive process. I think that's how you would say it. You can also buy regular yogurt at the store with added probiotics, and it's going to help you digest food. And if you can help yourself digest food by eating something that tastes pretty damn good and reduce bloating, why wouldn't you? So yeah, you guys, I hope this video wasn't crazy long. If you guys also have any ways that you guys beat the bloat and reduce bloating to get a flat stomach, drop it down below as well. I hope you guys love this video. I will be back very soon with another. Please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment because I was really excited to film this, so I would love to have your feedback, and I'll be back really soon. Mwah!